Welcome back, part 2 of my ranking of the Scream movies. Here we go. The number 3 is Scream 1. I'm kidding. It's actually Scream 3.
There we go. Oh my gosh.
Scream 3 is number 3. I think it's a good ending to the Scream trilogy with wrapping everything up, and especially when they see Sidney starts off with paranoid. They're locking everything, having a gun, like security system, and at the end with her leaving the door open when they're going to have a movie night, movie afternoon is good. I will say though, I think the killer reveal is pretty weak in this one, but I think especially since this movie had a lot of problems with it coming out right after Columbine happened, and people were saying the movies. So of course, it had to be movies that cause people to kill other people, not easy access to heavy weaponry. But yeah, well, I do think because of stuff like that, not to mention this movie has so much more problems behind the scene with the script being leaked and not knowing what to do with certain characters, that I think with all the problems, the fact that this movie is as good as it is actually a testament to it, and I think it's a good movie that is straddled with a lot of baggage. Go ahead.
Okay, I don't like it at all, really. I mean, I kind of like it. I don't hate it, but the thing about this movie is I'm a big fan of when these came out. I mean, I was 1 and 2 and 3. I was so excited about it. Interesting to me, just my personal thing. When I saw Scream 3, that's the only one I didn't go back and see again. The other 1 and 2, I went back several times. So I knew even when I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, I liked it, but it wasn't very good. But I just wanted to touch on 2 things you just mentioned. Okay, the thing about Columbine, if I got the years right, what I believe it came out basically the next year. But you're correct in the fact that the production of it was influenced by Columbine. Is that what you're thinking? Yeah, when they were making it, like Wes Craven has said, the studio wanted to do it bloodless. They didn't want to put any blood in it.
That would have made it PG-13.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I don't know if I agree with you about the scripting. I think that was
both of them had it actually. Both issues. Both scripts were leaked.
I don't think for 3 was, because I would have read it because I was following so intense at the time.
I read about it recently, but also I do think the way they brought Randy back after killing him too, I actually like that because that does fit with his character, with the way that if I'm going to die, I should have some sort of lasting will or something like that, because he would know there might be another time where this happens, whether it's a trilogy or if it's just another sequel. He even says in the tape, yes, to use VHS tape. Look up what that is, kids, or ask your parents. But
grandparents.
Oh God, are we that old?
Yeah.
Oh Lord. But anyway, so yeah, I do think.
Spanish.
Oh, you got the Japanese version. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about this movie soon enough. I promise.
Yes.
But yeah. I do like that because people were pissed that they killed off Randy. I was kind of mad too that they killed off Randy. I liked him, but the way they brought it back, I thought was pretty clever. And also, there's a good musical cue when he tells them, "For some of you, I'll see you soon. We'll say you ain't gonna make it. I didn't. Not if you're watching this tape." And the music cue right there is really well done. Very somber, very somebody could die. Yeah, that's a really good scene. Well, honestly, I would hold up that as an individual scene. I think it's one of the best scenes in the series. But unfortunately, some of the stuff is, I know the voice changer is one that's I'm like, oh really? You could, it's too good. If you were just do that on the phone, it would work because there's sort of mechanicalness to it.
Yeah.
But when you're doing it so close to somebody, like at the beginning, when they killed Cotton and his wife, but I like Cotton Weir in the second one. They killed him off, and it's unfortunate. But yeah, I do think that sort of thing should have been done a lot better. Could have been a lot better, but I think as a conclusion to the trilogy, I think it was good.
Yeah, well, okay, I remember. I do like when she goes back to the set of her house.
Yes,
that was good.
That's a good scene.
If that could have been somehow the ending of the movie, I would have liked it. But yeah, I mean, this film, that's the only good thing about it. Really, they didn't get the writer back. So the whole issue with Kevin Williams, they didn't get the writer back.
He was dealing with also Dawson's Creek and also Teaching Mrs. Tingle at the time.
Well, Teaching Mrs. Tingle would have been a year earlier. That was it would have been a year earlier. He directed that.
Yeah, and wrote it, so. You didn't have time to write this one.
There was all kinds of issues. I actually think it was Wasteland was the TV show he was working on.
Oh yeah.
That didn't last. But the movie you just mentioned there, Miss Tingle, that was the first script that they bought that way before Scream. But anyways, it's just for me, it's definitely like it. Do you know who did write it though?
Oh crap! I just learned this thing. Tell me who it is.
His last name is Kruger.
Kruger. Oh god.
That's legitimate. That's not.
That's right.
That's not a joke. That's legitimately his name. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That's pretty good. But yeah, it's kind of like in Part 5. Friday the 13th Part 5, where one of the actresses, her last name is Voorhees.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's kind
was that 5?
Was it 5? That's in the Friday the 13th Part 5. But we're getting off topic.
Yeah, we are.
But yeah, so let's move on to the next movie. Can Scream 4 beat the original Scream, or is the first Scream still the best? In my opinion, Scream 4 is number 2. It's a solid movie. Great way to do it after a decade. Also, the paradigm of the horror movies had shifted to torture porn and things of that nature, and also streaming services that just started. With Justin TV, and also so one of the characters, he's live streaming constantly, and so I mean nowadays that would seem like, wow, what a great how zeitgeisty. But yeah, I think
topical.
topical, very much in the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like in Holly Resurrections, live streaming, before it became a big deal. But I had to throw that dig in
you
there.
don't need to, man.
I
we all know.
But anyway,
you're on video. You don't have to do it again. We know about that.
But anyways, so yeah, I do think that, not to mention, they're really good kills. The scene where he tells we're watching Shaun of the Dead, and he's like, "I'm in the closet," and he goes, "No, you're not. I didn't say I was in your closet." And he's across the street.
Yeah,
that's
good.
a great
Good.
suspense, build-up, and execution. Literal execution. It was really good. It has one of the best killer reveals ever in the series, I think, with her cousin being the killer, and not to mention the fact that her reasoning was a much better version of Billy's from Scream 2, where she wanted fame, and because she saw what happened with her cousin. It was so well done, and I really like that from storytelling standpoint. But I do think this is a movie that is really good, but I think it has the wrong ending. It has the wrong ending because I think she should have survived. I think she should have won.
Okay, no, it's a great movie, but also, because I believe Kruger, who wrote 3, also wrote this one. They had issues with the script again, where Kevin Williamson was supposed to write it. They wrote a script. They didn't end up using that script.
Yeah, because apparently in Kevin Williamson's original script, she does win.
There was
because this is what I read recently. In
there's all kinds of stuff like that.
She was gonna win, but in the 5th movie, Sydney would have survived, just been like lost her memory, so she doesn't know that her cousin was the killer from the 4th movie.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that was. That they had a big blow up with it. He ended up going to court to not work on it. Kevin Williamson, he wrote some great stuff. I think he's a little bit out there. I don't know. He always has a hard time going back to these movies. I don't know why. They can get West. They can't get Kevin to come back to him.
But man, such a good movie, and this is one of the ones I saw in the theaters too. I I didn't see 2 in the theaters. I saw 1, 3, and 4 in the theaters.
I saw them all in the theaters for me.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see 2 in the theater. No, actually, I don't know if I saw 1 in the theaters. I only watched it on VHS. Again, ask your parents. But yeah, I remember this is the ones I saw in the theater. And man, my brother and I watched it, and I couldn't say the great movie, but what wrong ending. Wrong ending.
Well, I thought interestingly about that one. The only thing I didn't like about this movie was I thought it was too long, but it wasn't. It was the same length as the other ones. It feels to me. It feels longer than the other ones. Like the final act feels like it was on forever, but its length is the same as the other ones. But I thought it felt too long. And the character even says it. This should have been over a while ago. And I thought like, but no, I was really surprised at how good this was. Yeah. It's been a long time since 3. Way better than 3 in my opinion. Way better than 3. And it got back. Okay, but I'm not thinking of why they did this. I couldn't get a. Tell me if you heard why they did this. Why does the movie look so darn dark? I don't mean like dreary. I mean like the actual filter on it.
Yeah,
The first one's so bright. It's got that
Yeah.
dark, bright feel. This one has a dark feel. Did you? You know
It
what I'm talking
does,
about?
yeah. Well, even in the daytime, it has like a glossy look to it.
It's
and the-
dark though.
Yeah,
the first
but-
one had a
yeah.
bright dark. This is like a dark dark. Does
Yeah,
that make
but
any
I'm saying
sense?
like in the daytime scenes though it looks glossy, but in the nighttime it almost feels like they're trying to go more natural lighting, whereas instead of like making it lit too well, you know what I mean? Kinda
Well,
like-
but the first one was though.
yes, that's what I mean though. It's like I think they're trying to go do something different with the lighting, trying to make it seem more natural, but it was way too dark. You're right.
I
though,
have a theory.
especially
I
with,
have a theory.
especially with Kirby's death, or not. She didn't die. She doesn't die.
I have a theory
Well,
why they
okay.
made it that way.
What?
Because if they didn't, it would look too much like Scary Movie.
Oh,
Trying to get away from that because
right.
Scary Movie used the same look as the first two Scream films,
Yeah,
did, right?
actually, first
So,
three actually,
Oh, sorry.
because it came out 2001.
One more time. Sorry.
Scary Movie came out like 2000.
Well, no, I'm saying it, but the Scream 3 didn't quite have that look. Yeah, but
That's
it
true,
looked
but,
like
yeah.
it looked like 1 and 2.
Right,
It looked
it
like
does.
1 and yeah, I understand. Yeah,
does.
it came out after the third one did. But because Ghostface was so synonymous with the comedy and when you did it, I think they went darker with it because it didn't look like Scary Movie.
Right.
So it didn't look like Scream. Therefore, I think that's why they did it because.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because if you did film it the same way, it would have looked just like Scary Movie. Scary Movie looked exactly like the first two movies.
Which is funny because the original title of Scream was
Yes.
Scary Movie.
Yes.
It's kind of funny though. But yeah, we'll stop here. We'll talk about Scream 1 at the end.
Granddaddy of them all,
Yeah, still great.
where it should be.
Yeah, where it should be. So I didn't disappoint you on that one.
Although
So,
I wouldn't be surprised by Holy Resurrection running somehow.
but like it catches in his Money in the Bank briefcase.
Somehow, yeah, it just runs in.
Hits a finisher in the
Busta
wheelchair.
Rhymes just comes in.
Oh man, that's so great. All
There's
right,
no Busta Rhymes in this
no
part,
Busta
guys, I
Rhymes.
believe.
Unfortunately, and there's no LL Cool J either.
No,
All right.
maybe in the bushes or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'll be right back.
Okay.